Westwood Whirlwinds. This is Principal Bernie here from Westwood Middle School, and that beautiful music you heard is our award-winning symphonic band under the direction of Mr. David Dixon. As always, Mrs. McLeod and I are excited to bring the Westwood Way podcast to you each and every week. Our podcast covers academic and athletic updates, upcoming events, and important dates and information.
All right, and this week, I'd like to welcome our guests. In our Student Spotlight section, we welcome Hugh Barrett to the program. He's a member of our actual award-winning symphonic band and is involved in various different things on campus, including our morning news crew, and we'll have the opportunity to talk with him in just a few minutes. In our What's Good at the Wood section, we are celebrating our fantastic school counselors, Miss McEwen and Miss Bradley. And we certainly appreciate all the things that they do for our school and our students. So we'll be talking to them shortly. But before we get to that, I'm turning it back over to Mr. Bernie for important weekly announcements and some recognitions to kick off Principal's Corner.
Thank you, Mrs. McLeod. Hello once again. We have quite a few events and important announcements this week. First off, parents and students, January 13th was the new semester, the start of the new semester. Grades will be finalized this week for those semester grades, the first semester. Basketball season is officially starting this week. It's well underway. Our boys and girls play both Fort Clark and Lincoln. Next week, we have our very first home game of the season on Wednesday, January 21st, where our teams will be facing off against Howard Bishop. Tickets are only $2 at the door, and please observe the clear bags only rule. Just as a general announcement, throughout the month of January, there will be fast PM2 makeup testing happening. If your student wasn't able to test last week, they will be scheduled for one of those makeup sessions. We also want to take a moment to celebrate our robotics team. Yesterday, Westwood hosted a mostly all high school robotics tournament. We were the only middle school amongst all the competing high school teams. And we are proud to announce that our teams ended up almost sweeping all of the awards. Here are the teams and awards they won. Team No Limits, Mateo Valverde, Mason Waldrop, and Santi Valverde. They won the Excellence Award, Tournament Champions, and Robotic Skills Champion. V5 Not Roberto, Emerson Ryan, Tegan Mylert, Lorley Yachts, and Caleb Strickland. They won the Tournament Champions and Innovate Award.
I got to tell you, so I asked Mr. Sankey real quick about, hey, why were we competing against the high schools? And so there's two different robotics. There's the plastics and there's the metal. So the metal is what high schools do. And we're also one of the only middle school teams who does the metal robotics. And so that's why we were competing amongst them. So lots of varieties here in our robotics team.
Absolutely. This is engineering at the highest level here at Westwood. So Mr. Sankey and the crew, keep up the great work. We are so proud of your hard work, and we look forward to even greater things in the future. So, and if you guys are out in the public are considering being in robotics at Westwood Middle School, this is a school where we have the robotics champions.
Yes, the School of Robotics Champions.
All right. So now over to Mrs. McLeod and our special guest, Hugh Barrett, for our student spotlight.
All right, and we are so excited to feature Hugh. So Miss Perlman, one of our 7th grade reading teachers, actually nominated Hugh to come on the student spotlight and just talk a little bit about him. So I asked her to write a little something up about why she wanted to nominate Hugh, and this is what she said. He's an exceptional student. He's played multiple parts in our school play, and I was witness to that, where he was filling in for not only doing his own part, but then he was also reading off the book because he didn't have it all memorized. But man, it just went seamlessly and smoothly. Multiple parts in the school play, as well as multiple band performances with our symphonic and jazz band. He's also friendly to everyone. He's a hard worker, polite, friendly to both teachers and his classmate, has excellent grades, and is really the example of putting your best foot forward in all areas of school. So Hugh, talk to us about that. Why do you feel like it's really important to be involved in just multiple things?
I think it's really important to be involved in most of the things, to reach out and try new things, because when you do that, when you reach out and try new things, it opens doors to new possibilities for you to see new stuff. And that really worked out with me was the international club. I didn't know nothing about like cultures, nothing that, but when I joined it, I learned a lot about Mexico and a lot of other cultures.
Now, this year, I saw the play. You were phenomenal. Was this your first year doing theater?
Yeah, my first year.
Okay, so what interested you in adding that to your long resume of things that you do?
So I wanted to do theater because my friends, like, they heard me singing once, and then they said you should do theater, and I was like, I don't know if I want to, and then they said, like, these are the options to choose, and I was like, I want to do theater now.
All right, and what instrument do you play in band?
I play percussion.
Okay, so percussion can be a lot of things. So what specific thing do you play in percussion?
Bells and snare drum.
Okay, all right.
So I got to give a shout out to you because you kind of got on my radar starting, past couple years, he's been a great Westwood whirlwind, but I noticed him more in particular. I was at a basketball game last year, and I saw this one young man going around with a camera, and he was getting action shots, and I didn't realize you was working with the yearbook team. And he did some phenomenal work, and he was so committed to making sure that he got the right shot. I mean, he was just really into it. So then I started watching you again. I just give a shout out to our former president. I called him El President, Mr. Owen Pointer. He's doing great things over at Gainesville High School now. But we were looking for someone who's going to step in and fill in the gap for Owen as far as student government, and you was one of the ones in training. So he is what I call a Renaissance man. So I'm really proud of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing because you said something really important about kind of putting yourself out there and learning about different cultures. And that's something that I really respect, where someone is not only interested in what they like, but they want to learn new things about their other classmates. So you're just an example of one of the greatest parts of Westwood.
So, what's on the horizon? Anything else you're looking to do? I know I know we introduced you as being in the symphonic band, but I think you just now have moved to jazz band.
I've been in jazz band. It's like an after school club thing.
Gotcha.
And I've been in drumline, but I've just moved up to symphonic band.
Okay. So now, like, you're officially in symphonic band. So you've kind of been a part of it, but now you're officially in it. And do you plan to? I know I think you have another year here, right? So do you plan to continue band and continue to play? And you like percussion and everything like that. So, what would you say to students who are thinking about trying extracurricular activities? How do you fit it all in? What advice would you give?
Being super organized. Like, I would recommend if you want to get into extracurriculars, you should get a calendar and keep all your dates in it, and remember, this is just for fun. It's an extracurricular thing. It's all for fun. If it's too stressful for you, you can always tell the teacher that this is too much stressful for me. I will take some days off. And remember, it's extracurricular, so it's supposed to be fun, trying new things out, seeing new people.
Yeah, okay. So I like that. I like that you said that you said, you know what, if you find that some of these things are a little too stressful, getting involved in everything, that it's okay to take a step back and kind of reorganize and refocus. And then if you have the time, rejoin again, because it is supposed to be for fun. It's not supposed to be stressful. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are honored to have you here for our Student Spotlight. And now back to Mr. Bernie for our What's Good at the Woods segment.
Thank you, Mrs. McLeod. I am very, very happy to announce we have a very special guest here, one of the best parts of the Westwood faculty and staff, longtime member of Westwood Whirlwinds. Half of our counseling department, she used to be, for the past few years, she was all of the counseling department, but finally, thankfully, got some help, but still doing great things. None other than Mrs. McEwen.
Good
Welcome,
morning.
Mrs. McEwen.
Thank you.
So we just want to talk to you a little bit about some of the great things that's going on, not just at Westwood, but particularly in the counseling department.
So we have been seeing students nonstop. We have an online appointment dashboard where students can sign up to come and see us. We're seeing kids all the time, kids who are having questions about high school, kids who are worrying about how they're doing in their classes, people who might be having issues with friendships. So we talk with kids constantly about a wide variety of things. And then we work with their parents sometimes, and we work with their friends, and we work with their teachers. So we're doing a lot of hands-on with our students and making sure that they're focused and trying to pass their classes. We've got some special things that we're doing for our teachers on campus, the adults on campus, trying to keep everybody fresh and going until the end of the school year. So we've got the emotional support pickle that we are giving out to our teachers, and our teachers are nominating each other.
I have to say, the staff really loves the emotional support pickle.
I love it.
It puts a little smile on their face that
Yes.
it just reminds them that we are family and people are recognizing what teachers are doing. And,
Absolutely.
And just being able to nominate somebody,
Yeah.
and then they get a little note saying that they were nominated,
Yep.
even if they weren't, chosen in the wheel of randomness to actually
The
win
wheel of randomness. Yes.
the pickle.
Yes.
But yes, and so that's the way you guys do it to keep it fair. I know you just mentioned that you have the online.
Yes.
So how can students find that to sign up?
So students go onto the Westwood website, and they can go down to, there's a couple of different ways, but there's a digital appointment link to the right-hand side, but also if you go under student services on the Westwood page, it will take you to the online appointment dashboard.
And I like to think of the counseling department as kind of like a hub, because as you would listen out the many things that you guys do, counseling department touches so many different departments. They support with students' academic success. They support with emotional, social emotional success. They support with even career planning, and then not just students but also adults on campus. So it's like a hub department. It's a very important part of what we do here at Westwood.
Absolutely. And we just had the end of the application season for high school magnet programs. So our students have finished turning in those applications, and we're waiting on acceptances. We're getting ready to start registration for high school. We're going to be talking about how to be successful in high school and beyond. So we have a lot of things going on right now for our students, especially for our 8th graders coming up.
And tell us a little bit about not only the 8th graders, but the future whirlwinds. You guys, they had a great round of Cambridge Preview Days. Tell us a little bit about that.
We did. We invited students on campus from 5th grade around the county, and we had about 60 students come and visit. They toured Westwood. They got a little glimpse of what it's like to be a Westwood whirlwind and in the
I want
Cambridge
to say
program.
that I think we had more applicants or people that wanted to sign up for the Cambridge Preview Days than we've had in the past, because we even had a wait list.
Yes,
and
we
fortunately,
did.
we were able to add a few of the
We
waitlisted
did.
students to the Cambridge Preview Day. And so that really, I think, speaks to, one, the organization, the communication about it, and also the students who are really interested in being a part of our Cambridge program.
Absolutely.
I do want to add a quick note that we still actually do have the Cambridge program application at Westwood still open, because we're an in-house program. We don't necessarily have to follow exactly the same dates as the magnet programs do for the district. So if you do have a student who's a 5th grader who's interested in applying for Cambridge, the application's still open. It'll be open for another week.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say thank you so much to Mrs. McEwen and also Mrs. Bradley, the other part of our council department, for the wonderful work you guys do each and every day.
We have a really great team working together, and we want to do what's best for all of our students.
Yes, ma'am.
Any last minute advice or words, food for thought?
You said it very well earlier, that when he has to work through all of the things he wants to do, he has to remain super organized. So one of the things that we can do in the counseling department is help students, help parents, help teachers try to get organized with their students. So that's such a big thing. We want to make sure our students are passing their classes so they can move on to do whatever they want in the future. Stay organized.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Today's podcast has been full of fantastic information and special guests. I know our listeners were able to find something specifically for each one of you. So there are so many great things going here at Westwood. We will continue to invite you weekly here to listen to us talk to guest speakers, and also to ensure that the word gets out about all the wonderful things that's going on in the world of the whirlwinds. So whirlwinds, always remember, we are very proud of you. We love each and every one of you. And you are why we come to work each and every day. That's to help you be successful. So until next time, this is Mr. Bernie
And Miss McLeod
for the Westwood Way.